This is the further elaboration for the three factors affecting the survivability of fish, which is environment, feed, and disease. So this is the part about feed. If you are a student or a new technician, you have been taught that aquaculture feed is all about the best nutritional profile, high protein, fancy additives, and perfect amino acid ratios. But it's the professional reality. On a large-scale commercial farm, there is only part of the bigger picture. If you are managing a farm, you aren't just a nutritionist, you are a risk manager. The two important metrics that keep the farm in business is the food conversion ratio (FCR) and the biosecurity. Think of your feed as an environmental input, not just a food source. If your pellet is designed for fresh water, but you drop it into a 25 ppt saltwater pond and disintegrates in 5 minutes, you have failed. You have just turned the feed into a pollutant. The ammonia the ammonia spike in your pond, that's not water management failure, that's a bad feed choice. A high protein pellet is useless if it turns into a soup on the pond floor before the shrimp even manage to detect it with their pincer and eat it. Then there's a more is better trap. People often assume that the highest protein diet is always the best choice, but in a commercial setting, you have to look at the math. Maths. If you feed an expensive high protein animal diet to a herbivorous fish, you aren't just hurting the fish digestion. While they can handle it, you are killing your profit margins. The marginal increase in growth rate is often so small that it doesn't justify the massive jump in feed costs. A successful farm manager or farm technician know that the most nutritious feed is only as good as the return of investment. Remember, your farm is a three-legged stool: environment, disease, and feed. So feed is the bridge between them. If your feed carry pathogens, you have breached your biosecurity. If your feed is the wrong physical shape, you have crashed your environment. And if your feed costs outweigh your growth gains, you have ruined the FCR. So stop obsessing over the label on the back and start obsessing over how the feed actually functions in the water and your balance sheet. That is how you move from being a student to a farm manager. You stop managing nutrition and you start managing risk. Next time I will talk about bivalve. Bivalve is a bit different from crustacean and fish. That's why I will talk about bivalve in another video.